Well, thank you so much for coming to the Parliament offices after a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, so I'm happy to be here again.
Well, thank you, thank you. I remember being in Hyde Park and receiving some dot matrix printed letters in early 80s about starting the idea of the Parliament again, and your name will be on it. So tell me how you all started thinking about reviving the idea of the Parliament.
Well, actually, it started with us at the Vivekananda Vedanta Society. What happened is that two of our monks, Swami Tapasyananda and Swami Sarveshananda, they came down from Ganges, Michigan, and this is about 87, 86, and they were saying, the centenary of the first Parliament is coming up in 1993, somebody should be doing something about it. Because we were very conscious of it, because we are the order that was founded by Swami Vivekananda. And then Sarveshananda and we went around, started talking to people, and what we found is that everybody thought it was a good idea, but that nobody was doing anything about it. And particularly we talked to Dr. Martin Marty at the University of Chicago, and he made a remark that it's a good idea, it just needs somebody with a fire in the belly to get it done.
Wow, and you found some fire in your belly.
Yeah, no, Sarveshananda, he's the one that got the fire in his belly. Okay. So I just kind of got dragged along, and the way it worked out is that I had been involved in interfaith activities already through NCCJ, through their Thanksgiving service and their interfaith calendar, so I had some network. I knew some people, Sister Joan McGuire, Rohinton Ravetna, and other people. So we kind of pulled it together. And I quickly realized that in order to be significant, this celebration of the centenary, it shouldn't be a Vivekananda Vedanta Society program. It should be interfaith. And so that's how we decided to incorporate a separate organization as the Council for Parliament of Religions, rather than just doing as a Vedanta Society thing.
So I understand that you were one of the original incorporator of the Council of the Parliament of the World Religions.
Yeah. Actually, we initiated it. And Sarveshananda was an obsessive phone caller. He just loved talking to people on the phone, and that really made things kind of take shape.
All right, so you equipped with Macintosh and dot matrix printer, and he with the phone call.
Yeah, between that and traveling around, meeting people. And the thing, it was an idea that sold itself. That everybody, as soon as you mentioned it, said, yes, this is a good idea. And so it quickly grew and got established.
So you probably attended almost every parliament?
I missed the one in Cape Town. I've been to first one in Chicago, and then I went to the one in Barcelona, the one in Melbourne.
Okay, all right. Now you have been trustee, and now you're trustee emeritus. How you have seen Parliament evolve during this period, or the idea of interfaith itself?
Well, I think one thing is that the Parliament, I think, has become a major movement in the interfaith movement. These parliaments that we have, they bring like 7,000 people, interfaith people from all over the world. I mean, it's a kind of special role that the council plays. And I think it's become a very significant role.
So Hindu community has been involved in this sense from the very foundation of the Parliament.
Right.
How has been the participation of the Hindu community when it comes to the actual event of the Parliament in Barcelona and Chicago, as well as in Melbourne?
Well, they always have a good participation, but the participation is spread over all kinds of different religions and movements. So I don't know that we stand out exceedingly well, but we always have a lot of people there, a lot of talks, a lot of participants, but it's no more than other religions, I'd say.
So, but it has been good participation.
Good
all the time.
participation. Yeah.
Well, look forward to continued participation in that sense.
Yeah.
But tell me this, Vivekananda. I mean, his name is permanently attached with the Parliament. It seems that there would be no Vivekananda without the parliament, and probably the parliament revival would not have come if its followers would not have done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how you see that connection?
I think it is very much there. And there was another Parliament of Religions actually held in Chicago in 1935, because there was another World's Fair then. And apparently I know people who, I've talked to people who went to it, but they said it kind of just fizzled out. It didn't have any big impact or lasting impact. But the original Parliament, that was really opened a door. And this is, it's been described as a watershed event, meaning that the world changed. A new idea, this idea of interfaith harmony, of interfaith dialogue, of religions trying to understand rather than compete with each other, that came out of that Parliament. And it also came out of the message of Swami Vivekananda at that Parliament. And secondarily, Swami Vivekananda at that Parliament, he introduced Hinduism into America. He was the first one ever to come from India and speak on Hinduism in America. And it took time for it to blossom, but the whole idea of the inner aspect of religion, of meditation, of yoga, things like this has gradually become a part of American culture.
Now, tell me this. You just mentioned in 1935 there was some effort to do the
There
parliament?
was a World's Fair. Yeah, there's a World's Fair, and along with that, there was some kind of little Parliament of Religions. But people went there and said, just didn't really
Didn't really click. Yeah, but somebody need to be writing about that, because that's a missing link. People talk about 1893, then revival in 1993, then periodic it went on, but people don't talk about 1935.
Yeah, it was just kind of forgotten. But there was, I think, a World's Fair in Chicago that year. But the whole thing was just much low-key. Actually, the Columbian Exposition itself was a tremendous thing. When you see pictures, all done, it's just beautiful. And all the latest technology that had just come out was all there. And so it was quite an amazing, one of the greatest of all the World's Fairs.
Now, you are throwing a big celebration in Chicagoland. Probably it is going to be the largest celebration, considering about 1,500 people, and it's quite a bit international. So on the 150th anniversary, birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. So tell us about that.
That's coming up. Celebration is called Chicago Calling. It's going to be held here at the Hilton Chicago on November 9th and 10th. And there's other programs going on. We have an international monks conference, there'll be an international devotees conference. I like to have people coming from around the world. See, this 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda has been celebrated in a very big way in India. Celebrated since 2010, things have been going on. The Indian government has a national committee headed by the Prime Minister to oversee kind of the celebrations. So it's a very big thing, particularly in India. And everybody's looking to Chicago to do something special. So that's why. And for example, just recently, the University of Chicago established a chair, Swami Vivekananda Chair of Indian Philosophy. The Art Institute established the Swami Vivekananda Memorial exchange program between curators of the Art Institute and museums in India.
Good.
And like that, so many big things have been happening.
Yeah, and on November 16th, Parliament of the World's Religions are going to have our celebration, which combines 120th year of the founding of the original Parliament, as well as of the Vivekananda speech there as well.
Yeah, and that's also part of our celebration, because the 120th anniversary of the Parliament, as well as Swami Vivekananda's anniversary.
Well, I look forward to speaking at your event, and I hope you will be speaking at our event.
I'll be happy to. Yeah, it'll be a wonderful thing. And it's a good, and it just happened to follow 1 week after another,
yes.
So we got some continuity.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming to our office. I look forward to working with you.
Okay, very good. Thank you.